The holiday season is right around the corner, and today on At Your Leisure, we're giving you a preview at one Utah town that has more spirit and adventure than you would ever expect. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Ria Booth. Then we'll head east with Reece Stein as he discovers a Grand Canyon in New York that will change the way you think about East Coast exploits.
Lastly, Darren Kinder finds out about a new turbine induction system for the AYL 4x4 and decides to put it to the test. At Your Leisure starts now.
Bully. I say bully. It's Roosevelt time.
Roosevelt, Utah.
That's exactly right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Ria Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth. We are in delightful Duchesne County at this shoulder time of the year, just getting ready to go into the holiday season and talk about a community that knows how to do it. We are here for the Holly Fair, kind of an advanced chance for you to do a little craft shopping before the season actually gets here. And we're also here to check out wintertime adventures.
That's right. But before we go to our adventures, we want to check out what the Holly Fair is all about and also the upcoming events that are going on in Duchesne County this holiday season.
The Roosevelt Holly Fair is famous. It's been going on 45 years, one of the longest running craft fairs in the state of Utah. It has gone from being in one small building to now being in 4 very large locations. We have vendors from 4 states. We have about 10,000 people that make unique visits to the Holly Fair. It's always the first weekend in November. Something very special. A lot of people make their November plans around the Holly Fair.
It's fun for the whole family. There's things for adults, there's things for kids, there's things for husbands, lots of home decor. And they're gonna find stuff from bath and body stuff to quilts to homemade fudge.
When you have artisans that come here and really show their talents, it really does cast a flavor of the family atmosphere, the type of quality of life we have here, the things that are important to us. There's art, there's people who do photography.
So does it actually keep it chilled?
It actually freezes the rock itself, ma'am, and it'll stay cold for up to 2 hours at room temperature.
Wow.
Bottom dumper, side dumper, 10-wheeler, 18-wheeler, they're all here.
Yeah, I'm going to get him one. I'm not going to be able to get it in his stocking, but I'll get it under the tree.
John Deere towels.
Little crocheted booties for the little baby. I want a baby so I can give him some.
One you can give back, right? Even Santa has to climb the corporate ladder.
I want one of everything.
So again, it really does add to the flavor of our area, and it certainly has kind of that broad feeling of this is a good place to be. This is where I want to live, work, and play. And this just adds to a more fun to come to in the basin.
We have a little shopping list, and we're going to buy some of those things right now, though. It's time to go to a travel adventure. Steve Human is on 4 wheels, not like the kind of little wood toys I saw, the big ones.
What's in a name? Our friend Shakespeare posed that question hundreds of years ago, but it's a question we still ask today. Now, when I say Boulder Mountain, you probably think of a red-rocked, arid landscape with amazing rock formations. Well, you'd be wrong. This is Thousand Lakes, and this is Boulder Mountain, replete with mountain greens and lakes that gleam. When cartographers first came through the Bicknell Bottoms to make maps, they accidentally switched the names of the landmarks. So what's in a name? In this case, an amusing story for an incredible landscape.
So we come up the Great Western Trail from Bicknell and then come up over and hit the Donkey Road and come up to Donkey Reservoir. Right now we're at Round Lake. It's just incredible because in 1 hour you can go from this to the Red Rocks and back and forth up into the aspen trees. You can be fishing or you can be playing on the hills in the sand and all in our backyard.
This backyard is an area of the West seldom visited and less frequently explored. Highway 24 takes travelers to places like Torrey, Utah and Capitol Reef National Park. But today, it takes us to the small town of Bicknell, population 327. What it lacks in urban lifestyle, it more than makes up for in outdoor adventure.
Well, we have a variety of mountain area as well as we have Capitol Reef National Park. And on the east side of our county, we have Glen Canyon National Recreation Area and Canyonlands. And so the Henry Mountains are actually in Garfield County, but used by Wayne County. And here on the Boulder Mountain, where we are now, is in the Dixie National Forest. And on the east side of our county is in the Fish Lake National Forest.
Now, Bicknell may not have a lot to offer in accommodations, but there's plenty of lodging in the surrounding towns. Whether you want to stay in a hotel or go camping, it's easy to spend a few days here and really explore the surrounding wilderness. But there's more to these mountains than just ATV. The landscape serves as both form and function for recreationists and locals.
In these mountains, there's been a lot of agricultural things come from these mountains. They're grazing. Our neighbors are people that graze cattle here on the mountain, and these trails and roads that have been built on this mountain and other mountains in our area are used to get to the water sources, as well as for hunting and fishing and other recreation, four-wheelers and motorcycles and hiking.
I can tell you, Wayne County has the most diverse terrain, probably west of the Rockies. I mean, we can go from desert, we can go up to alpine. Like I said, we can go from 2,000 or 3,000 feet all the way up to 10,000 feet. So you have a real diverse type of situation here in Wayne County.
So, what's in a name? Well, that depends on the name. Donkey Reservoir is named because of the pioneers' pack animals that stopped here to rest. Rachel's Glen is named because a charismatic artist thought the area reminded him of his beautiful wife. And Round Lake, well, it's round. Sometimes these bits of history can help augment your experience. Every destination tells a story, and as we visit these locales, we become part of those stories. Their history becomes our history.
Wayne County has trails. We have a lot of trails, and they can take you and your family just from one extreme to the other. And it's really amazing in this part of the world and in this part of the country. We're really fortunate to be able to live here.
And we are fortunate to be able to visit. For At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen King.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
It's hunting season. Families come together, friends reconnect, parents include and teach their children. Make this year's hunt great with a new utility side-by-side or ATV. Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, and Yamaha side-by-sides and ATVs. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Does your machine need to be tuned up? Need accessories? Stedman's Parts and Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Don't let your next family outing end in tragedy. Don't drink and ride. Driving an OHV under the influence of alcohol is no different than driving your car under the influence of alcohol. Law enforcement officers will be out checking riders and operators of OHVs. You could end up seeing jail time, loss of driver's license, the same stiff penalties that apply to operating a car. This message is from the Utah Division of Parks and Recreation. Ride responsibly.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're here at Premier Performance and we're testing out the Hillside 4x4 because we've added some more toys to it. What we put on it now is a Venomaire, and what this does is it forces air into the engine, which supposedly gives it better horsepower and better mileage. So right now we're testing that out to see what it's going to do.
This system with Darren's Jeep has 2 turbines in it, 2 stators. Each turbine pushes against itself, creating a ram air effect, if you will, similar like what a turbocharger does.
And what he's doing is he's putting the engine through its paces, and he's recording that on his computer, so you'll be able to see the horsepower curve and the torque curve on the engine.
I'm hoping to see gains of about 40 to 50 horsepower on it, is what I'm hoping, probably about 20 to 30 maybe of torque.
You are seeing a performance gain that you can actually show on the screen.
Looks like we picked up in the 30 horsepower range and torque throughout the curve, even more mid-range. It's definitely worth it for low-end power that you gain, as well as the top-end power for climbing those big hills.
Well, you can see it definitely increased our horsepower, and it definitely increased the torque. But now let's take it out into the real world and see what it can do. So we're going to put it on some passes here in the mountains and see how it climbs, and we're also going to check the gas mileage. So let's go check it out. We're here on Parley's Canyon, and we're going to reset the mileage computer and drive the Hillside 4x4 up the pass and see what kind of gas mileage we get. Then we'll come back down, reset everything, and turn the Venomaire off and test it again so we can get an accurate measurement of what kind of improvement in gas mileage we're going to get. The biggest thing that I've noticed since we put this on is that the Jeep shifts better. And ever since we put the bigger tires on, it's always kind of struggled to get past the shift points. But the Venomaire really adds, just adding that extra horsepower and torque allows it to get through those shift points quicker, and so it's a lot smoother to drive. We've gone out and run up the pass with the Venomaire on. We got 16.7 miles to the gallon. Now we're going to turn the Venomaire off, and we're going to run it again and see what kind of mileage we get this time. I'm having to push harder on the throttle. It's having to shift down more just to get it to try and hold at 70. Well, the mileage thing didn't make a huge difference in what we saw, but it was kind of a short pass. But the biggest thing I noticed is I did have a lot more power climbing the pass. I didn't have to be into the throttle near as much as it seemed like is when I went up without the Venomaire on. So, we'll have to do some longer tests, runs, maybe from here to St. George or something to see if it really makes a big difference. Well, if you'd like to find out more about the Venomaire, just go to their website or call up Dan and he'll tell you all about them. Now, we're going to be adding more parts to our Hillside 4x4 in the next few months, and we'll be doing more tests. So if you see us out and about, come over and talk to us about it, and stay tuned for more at your leisure.
And 12 bedrooms. I put guns on top of the channel, so if a bubble comes, I can kill them. A 10-feet couch. Very girly. Guns on the walls. Some flowers on it. A lot of beds to fit all my family.
The Utah Farm Bureau has always been there to fight for the needs of its members, with discount programs on items ranging from vehicles and ATVs to health and wellness. The membership fees aren't big, but the results are. We've been around since 1916, and we're not leaving anytime soon. Utah Farm Bureau. We work for those who work to feed the world.
When the road takes you farther than you knew possible, when the world is more beautiful than you've ever seen, when home is more comfortable than it should be, this is when you know you're in Kane County. The perfect mix of rural and urban, culture and adventure. Glendale, Orderville, Kanab, Bigwater, small towns with more to offer than just peace and quiet. Kane County, Utah. Find the new you. All right, portable picnic table. That's getting back to the area I'm comfortable with. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're in Roosevelt, Utah at the Holly Fair.
Yeah, we're at the Grace Event Center here in Roosevelt. And this center's been here for about a year. And it's so much fun. You can get married here. You can have craft fairs here. You can do it all here. But it's really beautiful and everything is handmade. And it's just, to me, it's amazing because there's so much labor of love in all of this.
It's a great venue for a lot of holiday things too, like Christmas parties, concerts, things like that. So it's a very festive place this time of year.
It is. But not only do they have great event centers here, you can have lots of fun outside. Lots of outside adventure, especially in the wintertime.
The northern part of our county is a winterland. You get down south and it's kind of cool, but then it warms up and it's a banana belt. And so you have a lot of diversity during the wintertime out here. Some years we have a lot of fog, and so you see a lot of ice crystals.
As the snow starts to fall, obviously you can't get as deep into the mountains unless you're on a snowmobile. So a lot of snowmobiling opportunities available within Duchesne County. One place that is really good to get to is Rock Creek. Because of the upper Stillwater Dam, they plow the road all the way up to the dam. So you can get quite a ways up and get it really up into the high country in your snowmobile.
US Highway 35 is a state highway, and they gate that off in the wintertime. They don't maintain that one, and so the snow goes from 4 to 12, 16 feet deep some winters. And when that happens, then it's a playground up there. People really love it up there. There's a lot of still open trails that you can take your four-wheelers on, or you can go out on a lot of the Class D roads in the county that's snow-packed. You can see wildlife out there. A lot of snowshoeing goes on. The Forest Service up there really helps out and has some trails that they can go up.
This year we're looking forward to having people in our new aquatic center. Our first year here in Roosevelt with an indoor pool that will be open all winter. Also, the residents really wanted to kick something off that would get people out and involved. So the 1st of February is our Winterfest. We have a specialist here that does cross-country skiing at our golf course. They do hot chocolate and sledding up at our park. It has a beautiful hill to sled on. They've done it the last 2 years and it is really taking off. It's cold outside, but even the sledding, you have so much fun.
Okay, I rest my case about doing things outdoors in Duchesne County. Wrap up a day like this.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's time for us to turn our attention to our trailhead adventure. Now, Reece has found a chasm, one of those things, holes in the ground, but it's not around here. Check this out.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure at the Grand Canyon. And no, it's not the Grand Canyon you're thinking of. This one's a little further east, and while it's not as big as your Grand Canyon, it has a spectacular beauty all its own.
Born during the last ice age, Ausable Chasm in the northeast corner of New York State is nicknamed the Grand Canyon of the Adirondacks. Pouring over 90-foot-high Rainbow Falls, the Ausable River cuts into fault lines in the 500 million years old sandstone base, creating this unique 2-mile-long gorge.
It's surprising for the area. The sandstone formation is really unusual, and so you get these cuts in the rock that you don't see anywhere else up here in the New England North Country area.
Ausable Chasm has been a popular tourist destination for 146 years, one of the oldest natural attractions in the country. Tim Bressett is the general manager.
The neatest thing about Ausable Chasm is just the rock formations for sure. Just to explore the place on foot,
see all the rock formations such as Elephant's Head, the Devil's Oven, Mystic Gorge, the Cathedral, all those types of things. You know, just mind wanders as you're staring at all these rocks. And just let that go and enjoy Mother Nature, what she's carved out for us. That's definitely the neatest thing.
There are many ways to enjoy Ausable Chasm. We chose the popular Classic Tour, which begins with an easy walk on several trails through the forest high above the gorge. The Inner Sanctum Trail is carved right into the cliff face, with the river 150 feet below. Steel bridges with handrails and security fences take us across deep side canyons, providing a spectacular view of the chasm walls. For families with slightly older and physically fit members, there's the Adventure Trail. Our grandkids are a few years away from this Via Ferrata. For us, the Classic Tour is perfect. Getting the kids into the outdoors and away from the video screen is critical to a well-rounded childhood, although my observant granddaughter Penny is never too far removed from one of her favorite video games, even out here.
Sandstone formations just really interesting and stuff. And also, while some of them kind of look like they were from Minecraft, you could actually build these landscapes in Minecraft. I'm pretty sure that you could seriously do that.
A child's unique perspective. The child-proof barriers make the Classic Tour family-friendly.
It's really wonderful for the kids. We have an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old, and both of them were able to do the whole hike and enjoy the rafting at the bottom of the chasm.
That's right. After the mile or so long hike, the trail drops down to the river's edge, and we board a rubber boat for the second leg of our journey. A qualified boatman guides his raft through the narrowest part of the chasm. If you've run real whitewater, this is more relaxing than thrilling, unless you're a 9-year-old experiencing rapids for the first time.
The rapids were so fun. Just going speedy, going through the river just felt like, I don't know, it's unexplainable feeling, kind of bouncing around. And hearing these splash noises was especially fun. Just being at the front seat was like the best part. You get to see so much scenery.
2-year-old Jude didn't mind taking a backseat to his big sister.
I go on the raft.
And was the raft bumpy?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Did you fall in the water?
No.
Most folks that come here want to do some activities. So there's the rafting, there's tubing, which you can do down the lower part of the chasm where it's much more placid. Then there's the adventure programs, one of just a few Via Ferratas in the country.
The Via Ferrata, or Iron Road, is a climbing route involving narrow rock ledges, swinging bridges, cargo nets, and steel steps. Sounds scary, but you're always tethered on a short leash to a secure cable that runs the entire route. A trained guide leads every group, and course supervisor Jeff Blackburn says young and old can handle it.
As long as you're physically able enough to get through our initial thing, which is our cargo net, everyone's able to do it. You know, there are people who have a debilitating fear of heights, so that's the only real thing you have to overcome here. Otherwise, just about anyone can do it who can follow our instructions and keep themselves safe while we go through the course.
The Classic Tour costs $30, the Adventure Trail $50. Ausable Chasm lies directly across Lake Champlain from Burlington, Vermont. It also offers rock climbing, rappelling, mountain biking, disc golf, and camping. Reece Stein at your leisure at Ausable Chasm in upstate New York.
The 2017 Ski-Doo Summit sleds. Next generation rev platform. The most powerful two-stroke engine in the industry. For the unmatched handling and power to own the next side hill, the next drop, the next ride. Ski-Doo. What matters is what's next.
Polaris makes the off-roads best, and now is the time to buy. Take your pick of legendary Sportsman, the best-selling automatic ATVs, and get rebates up to $800. Grab a Razor XP 1000, the best-selling sports side-by-side, and get a $3,000 rebate. Hurry in for huge deals during the Polaris Full Throttle Sales Event.
Let's be honest, you don't know much about Beaver County. Well, let me tell you about it. It's the birthplace of outlaw Butch Cassidy and adventurer Philo T. Farnsworth. Some of the best skiing in Utah is at Eagle Point. You've got camping, Canyon Breeze Golf Course, Crusher and the Tushers, Beaver Territorial Courthouse, snowmobiling, Renewable Energy, Pioneer Car Show, Squeaky Cheese, Ghost Towns to explore, best water in the country, Paiute ATV trails, Old Frisco Kilns, horse racing, hunting, fishing, and it's a good place to live. Beaver County, mountains of fun. I could tell you more, but why don't you come and see it for yourself?
Okay.
Look at that.
Don't tell anybody. We're at our secret hideout. Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
We really are at the Hideout Steakhouse, right out here in Mighton. It's right next to Roosevelt. It's the perfect place for a steakhouse because it's right in between Duchesne and Roosevelt. And check this out. Yeah, we have steak on a stone. A very hot stone, I might add.
That's the great thing about this is that it comes to you and you get to watch it cook until it's just the way you want to eat it.
It's so unique. I can't wait to dig in.
We're going to watch our steak cook here. And if we're eating when you get back, then you know that it was just at the right spot for us, and we're not going to wait for you. But right now, I think we need to check out our weekly contest winner.
Yeah, let's go check out and see who won.
This week's winner was submitted by Kimberly Greenwood. That's a picture of her dad, and you can see the AYL sticker right there. They say they watch the show every week, and now is the time to prove it by calling us at 801-947-8888 to claim your Daniel Summit vacation.
You'll stay at the lodge and explore the mountain by snowmobile, once the snow falls in the next few weeks, of course. So give us a call. And for everyone else, get your AYL sticker at any of our sponsors and become a fan on Facebook and win other giveaways there.
Still cooking. Let's take a look at next week's show.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and next week we're celebrating the holiday with food and family. First off, we'll be making our annual Thanksgiving dinner in the outdoors with some tips on how you can make this year's get-together even more original and delicious. From there, we'll go on a special family ride as Ria's mother and sisters join her for an outdoor adventure. We're giving our thanks in 1 week.
Our Thanksgiving show next week looks like it's going to be a great show, so I hope you stay tuned.
That's right.
You know, there's nothing that wraps up a day like a walk down Main Street.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
This is just the best town. I really love this little town.
That's right. Whether it's golfing in summer, snowmobiling in the winter, it's all here.
Yeah, and it's not little.
No.
It feels small, like a small town, but it has everything.
That's true, it does. Well, remember, there's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. We'll see you next
time.
week. You want to take in a movie?
Let's.
Okay.
Hinder, and we're down here at Premier Performance Center.
Chad has my arms down, so I can't reach into my pockets to get money.
We put right to the wine. Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.